It's coming together.
This may look just like a regular pile of gravel, but it's something special underneath.
And it's not looking good. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Fencing GB. I mean, just kidding. It's not Fencing GB. Today is very exciting because we are closing the last open gap on our big wall, block wall fence setup. Today we are building the door, and this is really exciting. We did build the gate doors, so we kind of know what we're doing a little bit, so I feel like this door shouldn't be too hard. What are you thinking? Do you got this?
We never know. I'm sure there'll be 100 different other little obstacles we encounter along the way, but it should be pretty simple. It's a lot smaller than the gate. The design we've had has been working pretty well for us, so it should go relatively unhitched, you know, without a hitch, I guess is what they say. But you never know. Once you get into the project, there's always little secrets. When I built this whole wall top to bottom, so there's always something out of plumb or out of level, or an inch of stucco here and then a quarter inch there.
Don't start the problems.
You know,
they're not here yet.
I'm just running through them in my head. I'm just running through them already.
And the one thing we did get is a new shader that we're about to put up now, so we won't be dying in the heat, hopefully.
Yep, we're a couple of college boys out here. We done gone soft and we need a shader to work under.
It's really hot out here, people.
So last week I was up here moving my gravija pile, my small gravel pile, because we're going to use this for some landscaping later, and I have about, I don't know, maybe a half a yard of it left that I don't need up here. And I was moving it and I found something. This may look just like a regular pile of gravel, but it's something special underneath. I was digging it up and I found all of these freaking iguana eggs. So there's like 100 of them under here.
There's 100 of them?
Not 100, but there's a lot. You can see them under here. An iguana dug a big patch. So I have to keep them safe, keep them warm until all my baby iguanas can get born.
Oh, no.
And then I'm going to put them on a fish hook and go catch some peacock bass with
No,
them.
you're not.
No. But yeah, so I gotta either probably move them or do something, because I think it takes like 90 days for iguanas to get born. So I might have to relocate them because I don't really want to kill all the eggs. I should eat some though and make an omelet. What do you think?
That's disgusting.
Why?
No.
No? I might still do it. Alright, so the plan here is to put our door jamb in here so that we have something for the hinges to go to on the door, and also, since this door is going to have a handle and a lock, something to feed the lock. I don't even know what it would be called, the little bolt, I guess the deadbolt, the bolt that comes out. It needs something to bite into, and I don't want to drill into the concrete, so this is going to be the best way to do that. Door jambs?
Door jambs. Now it's time to build the actual frame of the door things are going right along. It is super hot out here. We're trying not to die. We're trying to hydrate, but I think it's going well so far. Let's get this done. Do you think we can get this done today?
I think we'll get a door up today. I think we can get it done for sure. The shader has been a lifesaver, but it's still hot with the shader.
Yeah.
Whew, we'd have been dead if it weren't for this shader. Okay, so Kristen wants a little more flush finish on this, so I'm gonna have to go get my router and router this out. It's gonna be Larry Laminato flashbacks for sure. Been a while. This might be the first time I use the router on the farm, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So it still works.
Yep.
Daddy. What people say when their husbands drill out their hinge spots?
I think so. I think in more than one way or another. If you're drilling out their hinge spots, they might say, "Ooh, daddy."
Nice job there, bucko. We got our frame built. Now it's time for our planks. We just measured out. We want to continue with the 8-inch width planks like we did on the side fences and on our gate, but it's at a odd measurement. So it turns out we're gonna have to do 2 5 inches on the edge and then the rest 8 inches in the middle. I don't think it's gonna be that noticeable. I think it's gonna look fine. We're gonna go ahead and start putting the planks on as it's standing up, and then we're gonna router in there for the hinge, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we're gonna put it all together as much as we can, except for this last 5-inch board because there's a little bit of an angle on that as well. And then we're going to be able to route everything all at once and then load the hinges all at one time. It'll be a little bit harder to do the hinges because we will be obviously dealing with a heavier door, but shouldn't be that big of an issue. All right, so now we got those planks up, we're looking good. We have 2 more little planks to put on, but I can go ahead and take it off, get those boards marked because we have to make a long cut on one, and I can also get the hinges routed out. So now we are ready for that. I'm going to trim a little off the top to lighten our load, make it a little bit easier for us to work with, and then we're gonna be boogieing. You still think we'll get it done today? Rain's coming in, so we're gonna have to hustle.
I don't know about this.
All right. All right, y'all, so y'all see me hitting that hinge in there. Now, y'all ain't got to worry because I am the Charlie Daniels of a router. But these were squared, and Kristen had the router. It gives a little bit of a rounded. So what I did was I just left the wood in there, and then I just beat it in like a caveman.
Are we supposed to pat you on the back for that one?
You're probably supposed to. I think I'm patting myself on the back enough, though.
We're trying to hurry up and get the door put back on now that we got the hinges on, because rain's coming and it's not looking good. All right, it fits. Success.
It does fit, but I'm a little concerned.
Concerned?
I just almost feel like it could use a little bit more taken off. You don't want it to be, because you know this might swell. This shit that's not pressure treated might open up. So I mean that's right there.
All right, we're gonna decide to move forward. We're going to finish the planks now on the front, and then we're gonna work on the planks on the back and hopefully get this door done today.
Okay, so I got to cut the final plank board to go on the front there. It is a 1/4 inch wider at the top than it is at the bottom, so it is a custom piece. So I have to cut it on that angle, and hopefully it fits in there pretty well. This part's been a little complicated because, like I said, we're trying to keep the door tight, but it should go pretty well. So over the next couple of days, I continued working on the door to get it finished. I glued the planks on and let them dry for 24 hours. Then it was time to pressure wash off the mold. I used some old planks that we had previously purchased, so they were quite moldy, but once you hit them with the pressure washer, it comes off pretty well, and it's time for stain.
Alright guys, so we have installed the door. We only have a few things we gotta do before it's all said and done. We are going to add solar lights, which I was looking for some bigger ones to go around the gate. These are good for around the door, but for around the gate I wanted bigger solar lights, but I can't seem to find any solar lights that are like big. Only ones that you can plug in, like the electrical, what do you call those type?
Yeah, the low voltage lighting.
Yeah. Which we didn't make any holes in the wall for that, so I'm trying to find solar. It'll be a lot easier, so let me know in the comments down below if you guys know of any. Is it on? Is that done?
Yeah. I'm gonna put a little scrub skirt on
Is that the back of the front or is that the front? So we're gonna take those labels off.
Yeah.
We got the lights up, but before we do the reveal, it's time to spray paint those planters. I got like 5 different spray paints, hoping they're gonna look good. I'm just gonna layer them all up and just get a little wild with it. And hopefully they look kind of stone-like. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, Matt set me up with a nice location, so I should be able to paint these easily. This is the finished product. I was having trouble with the spray paint cans. They were starting to splatter. They got a little old and crusty because I bought them a while ago planning on doing this. And then it came out a little more cooler tone than I wanted, so I rubbed the clay on it, and now I feel like they look pretty old. What do you think, Matt?
I think you took one out of every young boy's book when they got hurt and you said, well, it ain't going right, just rub some dirt on it. And I think it came out a lot better. And you know, to me it looks good. I think you did a great job, honey.
Thanks. I want them to look old and stone-like, so I think I achieved that. It's coming together. The final look looks pretty good. I'm glad I added that dirt to the pots. I think it really brought out the other warmth colors of the wood and the gravel, and it's all coming together. We do have more to do, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yeah, do you feel like you could see it now coming through?
I think the curb appeal has come up a lot. It looks really nice. It's a little hard to tell because we still have that old messed up house behind it. But once that's gone and the street's cleaned up a little bit, I think it's you know, I think it's making quite a difference here, and it looks really beautiful. I'm excited. Every time I pull around this corner, I say, wow, that fence and that gate, that looks sick. And I'm about to go let my upstairs chickens out to roam free now, so they can have free reign of the upstairs terrain, and we can tear down that old dilapidated chicken coop. Because I built it with untreated bamboo, and the internet would have people convinced that you could just cut down an untreated bamboo and build something out of it and it'll last 100 years. But that is not the case. It has turned into paper mache over the last 6 months. You can walk up to it and squeeze it and squish it and it just simply goes away. So there, you know, bamboo may not be the building material quite that everyone thinks it is. There may be some different strains though. I'm sure that bamboo is just like every other wood. There were probably like hardwood bamboos and better things, you know, better bamboos to use. But the bamboo we have here fell apart rather quickly, and I don't think that chicken coop can be salvaged. So I'm excited. This front gate's going to keep my chickens in. It's going to do a good job, and I'm happy. I think it looks beautiful, and you know, I'm excited for what the future has to hold for building an even bigger project.
Yeah, we're really learning a lot of things being out on this property building. We've been hitting a lot of speed bumps, but I think that's how it goes when you're first learning. We've never done any of these things, and I'd say it's coming out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty hard on myself, so I don't feel like any of it's getting better. If anything, I feel like I'm getting worse at building. But
It's not good.
it's getting there, and you know, it's going to be fine. But to all my Puerto Ricans out there, I'm having a hard time finding a general contractor. Every contracting company that I call in Puerto Rico is basically commercial. So I'm having a hard time finding a residential guy to help me out with permits and stuff. And pretty funny, I called a few of even those commercial places and I said, well, what do I do here? Does everyone just, like, I asked the guy on the phone and I said, well, who built your house? Send me the engineer that built your house. And he's like, I built my house. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, so you work for a construction company and you built your own house, so you must have pulled your own permits. So why don't I just hire you to come out and be my spirit guide for pulling permits? And he was like, let me call you back later. So I think in Puerto Rico, correct me if I'm wrong, people just build whatever the heck they want and then they move on with their lives. So I don't necessarily want to do that and get jammed up. I'd like my house to have inspections and things like that. But my Puerto Ricans, let me know. Do you have a residential
send us
general
some links,
contractor?
send us some help. We want to really get the house going, so we want to make sure to get the property, what is it called? The land that we want to build it on
survey.
checked.
I need to get site preparation, and yeah, I need the person to come in and like stick that thing in the ground to see how hard the land is, because it's clay, and where we plan to build, it's like clay down maybe 20 feet, and then there's granite underneath of that. So I don't know if that's better, if that's worse, how big of footers I need to do for something like that. Obviously, I went crazy with my wall footer, but I want to, you know, and I might go crazy again with a footer. But I want to just give me some tips on how to build, because there's elevation on both sides. So the last thing I want is old Matty Jr. to be on the way, me building a whole house, Christian be pregnant, barefoot pregnant out in the front yard, then the whole house just slides into the river.
Definitely not going to be barefoot.
I got used to that waterfront property on the boat, but I don't want waterfront property on the river.
So thanks for watching this week, guys. It was a busy door week, and we'll see you next week. If you guys have anything you want to ask us, make sure you check out our Patreon. We get back to a lot of those comments. And anything else?
That's it.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.